Hello, friends. Hi, how are we today? I hope we are all doing well. I am doing fantastic, and I am so excited to bring to you this week my memory plan with me featuring the Let It Snow kit from Dash of Some Designs. I will admit, when I started this video, I thought it was going to be a talkover, like, not a voiceover, but like a talk through. And so there's a lot of gesticulating going on, and there's a lot of me like explaining the kit right here. But I just wanted to get into it. It's beautiful. It's stunning. I can link the haul video that this is in somewhere up in the description box. And I'm just sort of explaining my thought process, explaining the kit, but really I want to get right into it. And then I am noting that I am a PR girl for Dash of Sun Designs. You can use my coupon code ALEX10 for 10% off your order. And you can use my name and notes to seller for my PR freebie, which I had just thrown up on the stream a little bit ago. So now we're getting into our weekly, and I tried so hard to put this on the bottom without like flipping my planner over, but I couldn't do it. So I laid it down. There's a lot more space than I'm used to at the bottom, which is very interesting. And we're going to see how that plays out in like the future plans. Right now it's still too new, but this was really, really nice. I ended up putting in that scalloped washi, and I was thinking about whether or not I was going to put the foiled bar, but the thing was I really enjoy putting that up at the top between the date covers and the first set of headers, just to be extra, because let's face it, that's who I am as a person, and Plans with Brit is the person who normally who I got the idea from normally. And you should absolutely go check out her YouTube or her Instagram, because that's where she showcases it, and it's really pretty and I really love it. So I was trying to figure out, this was a really experimental one. I knew I wanted to scatter my boxes, and I guess I was still really in the divided into 3-part days and then divided into 3 headers. And because I don't have the headers, I really do have so much more latitude to like scatter everything and to figure out how to do it. And I was trying really hard to figure out here how I wanted to lay it down. And finally, I think after I did this, I just ended up doing it. I think I was trying to figure out here if I had the appropriate numbers to go, and I definitely don't. I was a couple short, and I decided I wasn't going to put them on this week, and I'll just write them in by hand, which is fine. Then I put my Monday one down, and I was like, oh my gosh, I am a hot mess, hot mess express. So I'm going in and I'm putting my date covers on, and this is all because I wanted to procrastinate putting down the boxes and the headers, because I was like, at some point I'm going to need to learn how to do this. And I was like, well, the best way for me to do that would be to get the silver bar between the date covers and the headers. And I better start with my date covers then. It's an awesome procrastination technique, but it was good. And I think at one point I was telling you guys how cold it was. I think here I was telling you how cold it was, because would it be a Canada planner girl plan with me if I did not discuss the weather? The answer is no, it would not. And what I really, really love about my new planner, which is the Sadie Stickers planner, if I haven't already said that, and I can link my 2022 walkthrough here, is that everything just fits just a smidgen better than it does with the Recollections planner. So that silver bar previously was too long in my Recollections planner when I would use it. And so now everything just fits better and it's nicer, particularly because I don't have what's the word I'm looking for? Like the dot grid sticking out on the bottom. I really like it. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. There's really no rhyme or reason, because all the lines at the bottom are so faint. I elected to just bring in, bring things down lower than I normally would have. So even though there's more space at the bottom than I'm used to, you still get the same amount of space, because you can very easily just go over those bottom lines there. And if you don't need to, then you don't need to. sorry, I just totally lost my train of thought there. That was an ADHD moment. And by saying that, I mean I have ADHD and sometimes I just space out a little bit. But I was looking at it and I was like, oh, okay, now I've got to do the first page because I was really, really happy with how the second half of the week turned out, but I always struggle with the first half of my week. I don't know why. I don't know why. And then I was like, oh, another procrastination tool. I'll just put down the silver bar and I will put down my headers. But I think it's because I wanted to bring things up and not down on this side. So I elected to use the decorative headers up here and then the snowflake headers over all of my full boxes because I don't think I had any full boxes that were snowflake pattern, but I do have some boxes that were the decorative header patterns. And I decided not to use the scalloped headers in this one. I don't know, just wasn't feeling it today, which is fine. See, the thing is, in hindsight, I probably could have scattered and made that like a more divided thing. It didn't need to be so dramatic between like the top and the bottom, but it doesn't matter. Here we are. And now I know what point I was at the planning here, and I was like, oh, I have to do the sidebar. I have to do the sidebar. I don't want to do the sidebar. But I then had to pause for a minute, came back, and I was like, can I bring something into the sidebar? And I was looking for a this week header, but I think I've used them all. So I just went ahead, added in, because Chelsea in her kits adds 8 strips of washi that are header size. I just added that in as a divider. And then I'm using some of the silver foiled strips to separate out my pages. And then Chelsea is kind enough to make sure that she has bottom washi that does go all the way across. So I ended up just putting it in there. And it was probably a little decorative. It didn't need to be as decorative as I made it, but I haven't been using, aside from my habit tracker, I haven't been using my sidebar super functionally, and I do want to work on that this year and making it a little bit more functional for what I need going forward. So I realized then that the full box that I was looking for wasn't going to fit there. So what I ended up doing was taking my PR freebie and taking a half box, putting it in there, and bringing it up as far as I could. And then I used the mandala just to take up a little bit of space and to be a little bit decorative on the side. And then I used the book icon from my freebie to mark currently reading. For kits that I have a little bit more in the way of a sidebar for, I have currently reading actual boxes from the Prairie Planner, which I love and I'm excited to bring in. So now we've moved into the day by day. I think I zoom in at some point, but the first sticker that I put down was Sobeys, and then the next one was a Coffee Monsters Co. little emoji to know that Steve was quite sick at that point. I should probably look at my actual planner. Then I wanted to note, yeah, I probably should look at my planner to let you guys know what's going on. Then I wanted to note that I had family time. My family came, my dad, my sister, the dog, and my sister's boyfriend came. And I used a Clever Gal Craft heart for that. I'm trying to use those up. And then I used Family Time script from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. Then I zoomed in a little bit because I realized that you guys needed to see more. And then I used an emoji, and I was trying to figure out where to put it, but it just says the coldest day ever. I'm also trying to use up those sheets. The sheet that I have, it's a small like credit card size sheet, but it's surprising how little I've used it. We've had very mild winters for a few years. So you'll see those pulled in a lot this week because it was freezing. One of the days this week was minus 28 Celsius. And I think that was something like minus 18 or minus 11 Fahrenheit. It was very, very, very cold. And of course, that's the morning that I had to go out. So I guess I didn't push my planner up, which I probably will in a few minutes, but the end of Monday, I used a Clever Gal Crafts bow, and I just used a little bit of a darker green just to add some interest to mark that my giveaway was open, and then nothing really went on that night except for I did a lot of reading. So I just noted that I did a lot of reading. Then on the Monday, again, I used another sick emoji. Actually, I think it's stomach ache, but I just used it as sick. And that was to note that Steve was still feeling sick. The reason that I have noted this so much in my planner is because in order to send my kid back to daycare, we all had to take a lot of tests. We took a ton of rapid COVID tests. And we just want to make sure, and we have to like notice the dates. Tuesday was a really busy day. I went back to work. Then I had to note, I like to note that I did squats and I did some yoga. Then I had to call my kids' daycare. Then I had to email my doctor's office because this is when I was really sick. And I was like, it's been a couple weeks. I need some help because I'm not getting better the same way my husband or my kid were. Then I had to tackle Mount Washmore, which was like, oh my goodness. And then I got a happy mail from the Coffee Monsters Co., which I was so excited about. It was really wonderful. And then I just used the hand-drawn laptop heart icon from the kit. Chelsea drew it with a bow. I really like it. And I just added it in to note that I had a virtual consult with one of the doctors at my doctor's office, which was really nice. Then we go into the rest of the week, which isn't quite as busy. On Wednesday, lockdown began again. And I was trying to figure out the best way to note it. And I did want to utilize some of these long rectangle boxes that Chelsea has in the kit, but I decided to use it differently. I decided to do my writing in that box and then put the icon next to it. So not use it lengthwise, use it widthwise. And I love how that turns out. I was so glad that I thought of that. I can't wait to start doing that more because honestly, that was amazing. I'm so excited. And as you guys know, I don't particularly love writing next to the coil on Wednesday, so it was good that I was able to write it down. And I don't know why I was struggling so much just to lay this down, so then I just flipped my planner over and laid down the sticker. So I just noted that we were staying at home, and then next up, I am using the bow washing again to mark that my kiddo went to daycare, which was nice. And the script is also from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. It is still available in her shop, and you should check out her shop. I believe she is bringing a new font to it shortly, so stay tuned for that. Then I just put in a third box and a prescription. I knew I had one, and I've never used it before, and I don't know why I have it, but I had a prescription icon from the Coffee Monsters Co. Very heavy on the Coffee Monsters Co. the spread because she has like the widest variety. And then I noted that there was a hockey game that night, and those are from Planet with Stickers, and I'll obviously put all the links in the description. That icon is from Sweet Tea Sticker Co., and same with the laundry icon. And when I was writing in and like doing my handwriting for this, I was like, how do we have more laundry? And I got Happy Mail that day. I got Paper and Milk Happy Mail. I made a lot of Paper and Milk orders in a very short amount of time, folks. It's like I've got one sitting here to be hauled. It's, January 27th. So then we move on to Thursday, and I'm just going to flip my planner over just to see what happened today. I noted that I got absolutely no sleep the night before. My kiddo was up all night, which was frustrating. Then I noted it was the coldest day ever. It was very, very cold again. That was the day I believe that it was like minus 28 Celsius. It was freezing. It was frigid. Very cold. And then I noted that my kiddo went to daycare again with another Clever Gal Crafts bow. I am going to try and use those like once a week or frequently, just because I'm trying to get used through them. I use them, but I don't use them enough, and I'm like always disappointed. And then that's a squishy from Happy Honeybee. I'm not sure if she's reopened her shop, but it's a folding laundry, and it's so exasperated by folding the laundry, and that's an accurate representation of how I feel. I don't mind doing laundry. As you guys can tell, it's just the folding laundry that's problematic. And then this was the day that it was like the peak illness for my husband. He only got sick on the 30th, and my kiddo and I got sick on the 26th. So it was a really, we were all very sick in our house for a very long time. And then I noted that night that I also read a ton. I got a lot of books for Christmas, and they're really good. I don't know if you guys know the Kathy Wrights or Patricia Cornwell's. Kathy Wrights had that series, Bones. So I'm a big fan of her books long before the series came out, back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s. So it was Yeah, it was wonderful. But I digress. So firstly, I'm doing the final day of daycare, just noting that. Then I noted that I was in my feelings. I had a lot of anxiety, likely due to the fact that I went for a very long time this week without any sleep. I was exhausted. And then I noted that I filmed and edited my Bujo setup, and then I tidied my basement, I think. Or maybe that's the next. Yeah, no. I tidied my basement. And then I had dinner with my in-laws, and my sister-in-law was visiting from England, and we hadn't been able to see her because we were sick. So it was really nice for them to come over. And then, I don't know what that's. Oh, yeah, that was the balloons from the kit were my giveaway closed. And at the very bottom, I just brought in a fox and cactus, reading wolf or cat or something, a furry animal, to note that I read again. There was a lot of reading that happened this week, but my book was really good. I demolished it like right off the bat. And then the next up was Coldest Day Ever. Again, I'm loving these little lengthwise boxes that you can use, and it was just really nice to mark them. And then after that, I noted that I got no sleep again. It was a really rough night. Then my kiddo and I had a lot of playtime. But because it was so cold, we didn't want to bring him outside. So he really wanted to have a bath, and we were like, okay, we'll just have a bath in the middle of the day then. I don't normally mark his baths, but it was fun, and like we played in the bath, and there was a lot of splashing, and there was a lot of giggling. It was a really good time. And then what was that for? I don't remember what that was for. Oh, I uploaded my Bujo setup. And then I did the garbage, dishes, and tidied up. And then the leaves played, so I brought in my planet with stickers. Stickers again, which worked. And the best part about them not having a date or a time on them is that I am able to move them around, given a lot of the games were postponed. So then we had our first ever play date that morning. It was so wonderful with our next door neighbor's kid. He is 4 months younger than Owen, 5 months younger than Owen. And that was wonderful. So I noted that, and they had a grand old time. Everyone was feeling better. Then my new mattress got delivered, and I didn't really have anything appropriate to mark that. So I just marked it with a Happy Mail sticker, because why not? Then I did another half box to mark that, we had family time with my in-laws. We went for a nice walk with them. Owen splashed in some puddles. It was a great day. And then I changed the sheets on my kiddo's bed. Oh, I'm ahead of myself here, which is crazy because I thought I wasn't going to be able to catch up. I just used some of my leftover scripts. This is from Let's Plan It. That says family time. I don't know why I felt the need to cut it up. It probably would have fit at the top. And I used another Clever Gal Crafts heart icon. I think I'll use those to mark my family times. Then I just wanted to note that I changed my kiddo sheets. Then I watched a 20-year reunion of a show. And then I read a lot very late that night, which I probably shouldn't have done. So I was like just staring at this. I love it, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. I can't wait to see you in the next video, and let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more.